up, YouTube? How is everyone doing today? Well, welcome back to another video, and today, as per the title and as you can see, we are going to be taking a look at the top three laser flashlight combinations for your rifles or for your shotguns, for any of your firearms, and strictly from Amazon. So these three products right here, Votatu, Tough Sole, and Solofish, they all come from Amazon, and we're gonna review them today, and we're gonna compare them. We're gonna see which one we like better. As you guys can see, these are all green, of course. This is Votatu M9L Mini Series, and then we have Tough Sole in the green, and Solofish. So again, these are all in the same price range, between $60 to $70, and again, great reviews on all of them. So I'm gonna put this video together, see if I can help some of you guys make a choice. So again, let's jump in and let's check them out. Let's see our first thoughts and our impressions on these laser and flashlight combo. So here it is. Have our user manual, and model is SL1131 if you guys want to check them out. So we have our charger, and a pretty cool feature. I'm pretty sure all these laser and light combos are going to share the same kind of adapter to charge them. So that's a pretty cool thing if you want to keep them all or buy them all. So this is our hardware to throw them in our handguard. And well, this right here is the laser and flashlight itself. So yes, very bright. It's a very bright. Now as for the laser, it's flashlights on the left side, lasers on the right. You can see, very, and it does also give you the option to strobe. I'm pretty sure all these are gonna have the same options, but we'll see which one I like better, right? So steady light, flashlight also strobes if you push the button twice. So I like it, maybe a bit larger than what I was expecting, but I don't hate it. So it does come with hardware to adjust, your laser beam height. So yeah, I don't know what you guys think. So there's Solofish. Let's put it to the side. And now we'll check out Tough Sole. All right, so this is Tough Sole TF1133. Here's the manual. If you guys want to check them out, that's the model number. Looks like it does come with some hardware, so you can throw it in your Picatinny rails. So I think that one does not come with Picatinny rails, the Solofish. Tough Sole does come with an adapter. You can throw them in your Picatinny rails. So that's the hardware right there. And here is the laser. Let's check it out. So it looks like it does share, of course, the same charging cable as Solofish. So yeah, now for its functions, bottom button, really easy to access, I guess. Green light, yeah, double tap and it gives you the strobe option. Top button is the flashlight, yeah, very bright also, and it does strobe. So again, also much bulkier in size as the Solofish. So if you compare them back to back, I feel like the Tough Sole is a bit larger, but I like the looks of it better. I'm not too sold on the rounded finish of Solofish, but they both look pretty cool. Like for our third laser and flashlight combo, we have Votatu NLG Mini Series, the laser and flashlight combo. And well, at first glance, it's much smaller than the other two, but let's check out the function and see if we like it, right? So charging port, the bottom, our height adjustment of laser beam is also at the bottom. So buttons right here, really easy to access. So you turn it on, push it twice, it'll strobe, and it's actually strobing on both laser beam and flashlight. So tricky to get adjusted to it. So you can see right there, you know, if you want to activate the laser, just a simple press of your top button, turn it off. It does strobe when you push the button twice. So now if we want to activate the flashlight, we do that. So I guess your main button is the bottom right here. That's the one that, you know, changes the functions. Either you want to run a flashlight with laser all together, or you want to like separate them both. So pretty cool. Now if we compare, you know, Voltato to Tough Sole, they're similar in size, except, you know, of course, Tough Sole is a bit much longer and bulkier, which to me that's, you know, kind of a con. I don't like it that it's so bulky, but it's not a horrible looking laser and flashlight combo. I like that, you know, both do have the charging ports at the bottom. We have the same spot for the height of your laser adjustments. The Tough Sole, it does come with Picatinny rails, so you can run these on your Picatinny rails. And with this one, you might have, you can definitely do it too, but you will need some kind of adapter. So it did not come with an adapter for Picatinny, so these are only specifically for M-LOK, which, you know, Tough Sole, you can run them on your Picatinny rails because it does come with the hardware. Now, if we compare them to Solo Fish, again, you know, I'm not too sold on the rounded finish of Solo Fish, but I kind of like the fact that, you know, if you are running it on your M-LOK handguard, you can access the button, which is on the side for the flashlight, right side for your laser beam. Really easy to access. So we have the charging port right at the back, right? It's not a big deal, you know. Both lasers had them at the bottom, but it's a magnetic form of adapter. And for our adjustment of our laser beam, well, we have it on the left side to adjust its height. All right, so now that we've compared all these functions and pretty much we've seen how they look, as far as looks, I'm gonna go with the Voltato. I think, you know, the fact that it's much smaller, you know, it just helps me. You know, I don't like bulky stuff on any of my handguards or my uppers or any of my firearms. So I like Voltato for that matter. You know, I do like that Solo Fish has, you know, the charging spot kind of at the back. I don't know, not a big deal. I don't really care about the charging port, but I do like the buttons are on the sides. So if you are looking for something like this, well, there you go. Our buttons, you know, on the sides. I like Tough Sole because you can actually run it on Picatinny rails. So that's about it. A bit bulkier, but not a horrible product. Again, these could probably run well in any, you know, firearm out there, depending on your needs and what you really want them for. But, you know, if you're asking me which one's better, which one I like better, I think Voltato just has the upper hand because of its size. So now, what am I gonna do is we're gonna check out the specs of every single one. We're gonna start with Tough Sole. We're gonna see and compare them back to back, and we're gonna see just their specs, right? We're gonna see and look for the specs. Let's see which one seems better. So for the laser power, both Tough Sole and Solo Fish have pretty much the same specs. Laser wavelength, 520 nms. I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure some of you guys care. Runtime, the green laser can run up to 20 hours. Same as Solo Fish for runtime. Both Solo Fish and Tough Sole, they share the same runtime. They're both at, you can run the green laser for 20 hours straight at it fully charged. So for the flashlight, 75 minutes each. So if you want to do the flashlight and laser at the same time, 60 minutes. I mean, they pretty much are identical as far as the specs. So for the battery, they both share the same battery. So built-in rechargeable polymer battery. So there you go. Charging time, they both take 2 hours to charge. So yeah, these are pretty identical. Since Tough Sole and Solo Fish pretty much have the same specs, I'm just going to use the booklet and compare them to Voltato and see what Voltato is different to Solo Fish. and the other. So let's see, laser beam, the green, 520 nm, so they pretty much share the same wavelength in the laser beam. Battery, polymer battery, again same polymer battery, right? So charging time 2 hours. Well, there you go, it's the same as the other two, and I'm actually reading on Botato, so they all share the same specs. Again, the most important part right here, the biggest factor, you know, that separates all three of them is the weight and the size, right? So Tough Sole weighs 116 grams, Botato weighs 97 grams, and Solo Fish weighs 116 grams. So Tough Sole and Solo Fish are pretty much the same thing, except for how they feel and what they look. Again, between these two, as I mentioned, I would stick with Tough Sole because I like the fact that you can run it on your pig rails. And yeah, so Tough Sole has the upper hand between these two, but I guess the winner of today is just Botato, because of its size, because of its functions, and I simply think I can run it better in some of my firearms. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in one of my rifles and see what it feels like. So let's do that and let's see what you guys think. So here we have Solo Fish, and this is a 13-inch barrel on a 14-inch handguard. So if you have something similar, maybe these will help. So there it is, Solo Fish. I don't think it looks terrible, and I actually don't mind how it holds. So in a way, it kind of like works as a hand stop, so that's kind of a plus. It's not necessarily too bulky, and it's got a good grip to it. So there's Solo Fish. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I think it doesn't look horrible. And again, I think we did say that we like that the buttons are on the side, so very easy to access the buttons on these one. So right here is Botato, and again, I love how it looks, much slimmer, not as bulky as the other two. And as far as, you know, holding it on the grip, feels really good. You know, this area right here kind of helps you, you know, to get your hand for a better, you know, grip of the firearm itself. So buttons, though, definitely, you know, it's gonna take some adjusting to it, but I love how that one looks. And there is Tough Sole, so just a bit bulkier, you know. Again, all the functions pretty much same and similar as Botato. So buttons pretty easy to access at the bottom. But yeah, you know, maybe a bit larger as far as, you know, the laser and light itself. Not necessarily a big problem, but I don't think I would run it. So I'm more of a, you know, slimmer look on my handguards or on my accessories that I'm running on any of my builds. So I think they just didn't cut it for me, and it doesn't feel horrible, but I just simply don't like it. Again, if this is something you like, well, there you go. Tough Sole is actually a good choice maybe for some of you. We've compared them all. We've got a feel for them. You know, they all share pretty much the same specs. Botato was definitely the lightest of the three. I like the Solo Fish, you know, has a very easy to access button, and I didn't hate it. You know, I feel like it will look really good on a shotgun. Tough Sole, I mean, you can run it on your pig rails, no problem with their included adapter. I didn't really like it on my AR-15 or my rifle. And for me today, I think the winner is Botato, simply because it's much slimmer. It looks better. So M9LG mini series is a winner for me today, and this is something I could definitely rock, just simply because of its size. If you guys don't care about the size, well, these are all good options, and you guys can check them out for yourselves and read their reviews and see what some of those customers out there thought of them. So this is right here the winner for me, and I'm actually gonna run it in one of my uppers. So I hope this video was useful for some of you guys. You know, I wanted to check it out and see and give you my review, my input, you know, my opinion on these three different laser and flashlight combos. They all come from Amazon, and they all are in the same range, you know, from $60 to $70. So go check them out, and see if that's something you can run in one of your setups. So with that said, thanks for tuning in for another one of my videos, and I hope you find these useful, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe.